My name is Christina Smylitopoulos, and I'm a Postdoctoral Research Associate in the Department of Exhibitions and Publications at the Yale Center for British Art. William Henry West Betty, known as Master Betty, was one of the most popular child actors in the early 19th century, and was particularly admired for his portrayal of Hamlet. He was beautiful, with blonde hair that fell in ringlets, and was tall, slender, and carried himself with grace and poise unexpected in so young an actor. Viewed as the heir to the position left vacant by the death of David Garrick in 1779, Betty was admired even by members of the government. William Pitt the Younger adjourned the House of Commons early so that MPs could arrive at the theatre in time for Betty's performance. The enthusiasm for Master Betty can be explained in part by the suggestion in theatrical circles that Betty's acting provided new and more natural insights into the works of William Shakespeare, and by approaching the roles from the perspective of a child, Betty was able to commune with the characters undeterred by adult frames of experience. In 1804, the antiquarian and collector Thomas Lister Parker commissioned a full-length portrait of the 14-year-old actor, which was exhibited amid some controversy at the Royal Academy the following year. James Northcote, who trained as an assistant in Joshua Reynolds' studio, had hoped to ground his fame on the picture, but jeopardized potential profits by exhibiting the portrait before engravings were ready, according to the patron and Betty's father, who demanded that it be withdrawn from the exhibition. The Royal Academy Council decided that it had no right to reject pictures at the request of patrons, and, despite threats from Parker to cut the painting into pieces, the picture survives in the Shakespeare Memorial Theatre in Stratford-upon-Avon. This version, which is roughly a quarter of the size of the one exhibited at the Royal Academy, may have been a model for the engraver James Heath, and shows Master Betty paying tribute to a bust of Shakespeare, which may be based on William Kent's bust of Shakespeare at the Temple of British Worthies at Stowe from the 1730s, and may also reference Peter Schumacher's monument to the playwright in Westminster Abbey, which was installed in 1740. While performing at Drury Lane, the teenager was known as the young Roscius. This was an honorary epithet, which referred to Quintus Roscius Gallus, a celebrated Roman comedic actor who died in 62 BC. In a piece of graphic satire entitled The Theatrical Caesar, or Cassius and Casca in Debate, by an unknown hand, the actors and brothers John Philip Kemble and Charles Kemble, both in Roman armor, stand together in roles from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Above the figures, Master Betty, the theatrical Caesar, straddles Drury Lane and Covent Garden theatres. As this satire articulates, Betty did not inspire collegiality from his fellow actors. He demanded high fees, up to 50 guineas per night at Covent Garden, and the same terms at Drury Lane the alternate nights, while John Philip Kemble's weekly salary fell below 36 guineas. By depicting Master Betty as a colossus, a device which symbolized unmerited pride, followed by inevitable downfall, used often in graphic satire, the artist prophesied a moment when the enthusiasm for Master Betty would come to an end. As predicted, by 1807, Betty's popularity had waned. He nevertheless carried on until 1824, and then enjoyed 50 years of retirement in reasonable comfort until his death in 1874. Master Betty, as an actor and as a subject for both authorized and unauthorized representations in art, embodies a fascinating intersection between the projects to promote national schools of art and literature, through the plays, through the adulation, and through the satirical appropriations of the works of William Shakespeare.